Hi, welcome to She Spice. Scratch said she was named troublesome in light of the fact that she expressed no to Oprah Winfrey. Tyler Perry Lionsgate, and so on. She stood up to Oprah, later double-crossing and boycotting before the others, and they let everyone understand what you don't need is that kind of ass who so what they said was we will beat Monique. As a matter of fact, great, we will put her down, and I unveiled it. Monetarily, my loved ones took a hitch, so when you see our sister go through that, and we carry on like our eyes didn't have the foggiest idea about what it saw when we observed that advancement occur with that variety purple, we needed to carry on, as we didn't perceive how Oprah Winfrey treated Taraji in my unassuming assessment. When you saw her walk up, you saw that there was consideration, you saw that there was something occurring, and afterward, when you see Taji keep in touch with her, a love letter. It resembles listen. We know you were abused, and afterward you pivot furthermore. Say gracious, however woman, took care of it. I have an issue with that. Monique said how she endure Oprah Winfrey. Let me tell you what I'll do on the off chance that Oprah calls me today. Shannon Sharp. We will plunk down and have a discussion with Oprah Winfrey. See at the point when I talk about Oprah Winfrey, and let me get straight to the point. I love that sister because she's our sister. Mom, she just got to return across the road. We got the light on. You've been unjustifiable. You've been crooked. You watched the individual of color be blamed, and you said nothing. Try to call you first. I attempted to converse with you secretly. However, at that point, you turned into the incomparable, powerful Oprah Winfrey. What's more, you were excessively occupied to talk well at this point. I will discuss it. This lady has overstepped with me, so in such countless ways, Monique discussed her issue with Oprah Winfrey. She said that Oprah, being a person of color, let other individuals of color endure. She further said that Oprah is vile. I'm unashamed and I'm steadfast about it, since when I see this lady, Oprah Winfrey, how would you, as an individual of color, watch another individual of color be blamed dependent on obviously false? What I will not do is hush up. I will not go away. I won't withdraw. Thus, when she was offered an uncalled for bargain by Netflix, she chose to push back the offers, just didn't appear to be legit, assuming we proceed to acknowledge these low offers anyway. Do we make it unique and roll out an improvement? We got to make some noise and stand up. And I've got to say it's explicitly unreasonable what was uncalled for about it. She was advertised $500,000 to do a Netflix unique parody. The issue is simply other humorists, like the Amy Shore of the world, is that like she's getting offered like $101 million. Monique said that how does Oprah let another person of color tossed under the transport dependent on clearly false? She said that she won't ease off. What's more, she will talk. You're here. How could I bring something that I know that you try not to need to discuss? You lived it. For what reason do I want to replay it again? Inquire her about your camera in that general area. Yet I was attempting to, I know child, ask her. See, this is where it gets succulent, right? Since you're expressing the right things, however, you're asking me inquiries that I can't address right. I can't answer why Oprah Winfrey did what Oprah Winfrey did. Just Oprah Winfrey can deal with any consequences regarding her activities. So again, quit being terrified. Monique advised Shannon Sharp to stop being terrified of Oprah Winfrey. Much obliged for keeping awake until late with us here on The Factor Uncensored. We have an extraordinary program for you, as we do consistently Oscar-winning entertainer, and comic Monique is clarifying how she feels about Tyler Perry. They've been fighting for a really long time. Monique had charged Tyler Perry and Oprah to repudiate calling her from Hollywood, and in spite of Monique saying sorry to both for those claims back in February, it shows up. Monique actually has bad sentiments in this evening's episode of The Variable Uncensored. The spotlight is on Oscar-winning entertainer and joke artist Monique, who isn't keeping down about her well-established quarrel with Tyler Perry regardless of an open acknowledgement prior this year. Monique's new exhibition uncovers waiting disdain towards both Perry and Oprah Winfrey, towards both, and furthermore, Tyler Perry. She went in on the symbols during a new satire execution. Take a look. Applause you it with me. You called during a new satire show. Monique trained in on the news big shots, exhibiting her dissatisfaction. She communicated a longing for Oprah to get back to her foundations, demanding bringing back the genuine Oprah that the crowd could associate with. Now some got scarred. It was like you going excessively far. I love that dark raggedy. I love that dark stupid. I love open with dark ass. What's more, we simply have to take her back to dark. I really want you to twist her to and her like a in Tennessee and bring that back to dark goodness. Hush up, you going to get some cash out of it. As Monique vented her sentiments about the two symbols, plainly her hurt runs profound. Watchers were left pondering, is this a fixation or a therapeutic delivery? A few pundits contend that she wants to explain her allegations against them, as opposed to leaving her crowd speculating about the previous occasions that caused this crack. You're saying Oprah's name without holding back. You're saying Tyler's name without holding back. You're saying Lee's name without holding back. You're saying Lyons without holding back in the event that you said this a decade prior, and I recall you saying it quite a while back. For what reason didn't he get the footing? For what reason didn't he get the help? For what reason wasn't it set up when Monique said, I believe there's a couple of justifications for why. Number one, it was the courier. I ought to simply be appreciative. I got welcomed to the party by you, a huge individual of color. How dare you be the one? And afterward, additionally, you're saying name. You're saying Oprah's name without holding back. You're saying Tyler's name without holding back. You're saying Lee's name without holding back. You're saying Lyons' door without holding back. That is not what we do. Monique knew a few things about Oprah Tyler Lyons' entryway. And Lee also. Every time you see G. Dearest companions, is what they say. I've never seen best companions like that. We who are adoring Winfrey and G.A. Ruler, other be that as it may, would rather not express this without holding back. Since it's over with, I'm too terrified of this. I'm too old to even think about being scared by this. I'm excessively old to hold reality. You know why Melvin attempted to me secretly. An individual jokester made an appearance, recommending that Monique's sharpness stems not simply from private issues, yet in addition, from proficient mishaps that have influenced her financially. They noticed that her persistent quest for acknowledgement and approval in the business is probable, adding to her progressing complaints. Your contemplations on this sincerely. When I saw that cut, I was like, goodness Ruler. Not again. It's practically similar to she's fixated, or possibly your GNA emerged. Furthermore, let us know what precisely did they do? Or on the other hand, what is it, since this is how things have been? Speculating game is excessively, and it's like, come on Monique, like good fault. The comic, your considerations about this. Your individual comic, you know, one thing I can say is that a hurricane will empty, while extol Ling Monique for upholding for different ladies in satire. The feeling stays that her ongoing methodology may be distancing crowds rather than making them chuckle. A large number at her shows have revealed inconvenience wishing to hear humor instead of severe complaints. The absence of comedic help in her exhibitions is causing a stir and prompting or require a more adjusted act. You understand what I mean? I feel that she's been worried since, in addition to the fact that they impacted her profession, yet they've impacted her baseline, which is her financials. And I think the harm is finished to the point that you know what I mean. There's absolutely no chance of returning. So I believe she's simply putting it out there till something change or something provide. For where someone's hand is constrained one way or another, specialists and industry specialists recommend that while parody frequently originates from torment, it's pivotal for entertainers to find humors. In their battles, Monique's current strategy might put on a show of being venting as opposed to parody. I will give a credit for pushing a story for, the up-and-coming females behind her. Yet you realize, I think on each level, you individuals just arrangement with you so far to where you realize you're being taken benefit of somewhat. How she referenced that she just got compensated a certain sum for tensions and things like that. They actually needed all the work and simply the crush. Ush her dry. You understand what I imply? That is only a piece of the business. And afterward, she didn't go for it. And she needed to pay. It's sad that she needed to pay acquiring Dr. Angela Jones. She accentuated the significance of setting in Monique's satire, while her sentiments are legitimate that crowd battles to associate with her story. Without a more clear history, the cost for it. However, I don't think she was off base, so she's clearly still not over it. So you understand what? Ha means she will keep saying it until it stands out enough to be noticed. Furthermore, something that I read in a portion of the remarks, individuals said they were at that show, and they said they felt awkward hearing that, and they say needed to hear satire, and that is not parody too. Them. Wrapping up the conversation, move to guidance for those who find it hard to relinquish past complaints.